We don't have an intro yet.
We still don't have an intro yet.
Holy crap, we don't have an intro yet.
Oh my gosh, we need an intro.
Please help us, we're very unprofessional.
Submit your entries
to hashtag Meal Uncensored. Welcome, guys. We are Meal Uncensored. I am here with...
Hi, guys. I'm Melissa Trippy.
And I am Allie Westenberg.
And we are Meal Uncensored.
Woohoo! And if you guys are new and you have no idea what meal stands for...
The M-E stands for Melissa.
And the A-L stands for Allie Westenberg.
And we are also on YouTube, so if you would like to check us out on YouTube, my name is youtube.com/Mel, M-E-L.
And if you guys are trying to somehow follow me, I am actually on a YouTube channel with my boyfriend named Charles Trippy, and he has the CTFXC channel on YouTube.
You know, he just so happens to be my brother, so...
Kind of crazy, isn't it?
It's kind of crazy.
It's weird.
I like it.
Somehow we connected.
So today, I know, thank goodness. So today was a big day.
It is a huge day for us.
It was the Super Bowl.
Yes. But also it's a huge day, not only because it's the Super Bowl, but because we want to say thank you to all of our our listeners, right? Our listeners. So we did our very first podcast last week, and the overwhelming support was just like unreal.
Can you, we were watching the charts like we were musicians. It was like we were climbing the charts like crazy, and we can't even thank you guys enough. I mean, Allie and I were going back and forth.
Crazy.
I think every number that we went up, we were like, oh my God!
I'm not even kidding you. I feel like I was texting Melissa every 20 seconds.
Absolutely.
Maybe every 23 seconds.
And thank you to you guys who tweeted us with screenshots.
Updates.
Yeah, we
Yes.
got on the U.S. charts. I think we got number one
in comedy,
number one in comedy,
and like 6 on overall. So
That's
awesome.
mine. If you guys could see us, first of all, we're still in our bunny suits.
We are.
So don't doubt that.
But guys, next week, or we're gonna try next week to make sure that our YouTube video for Meal Uncensored will be up, so that you guys can see our reactions, everything,
And our facial expressions and our hand emotions, because you guys can't see that, but when we say Meal Uncensored, we
It gets
kind of
real
do a
big.
hashtag, and hopefully you guys can hear this. Ready? Meal Uncensored.
hashtag.
So, all right. Thank you guys so much.
We are so appreciative, and we can't say it enough. Anyways, so we want to just scoop right into this whole thing with our podcast, and we're gonna get right into the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
So,
We're girls.
we're chicks.
Yep.
We watch the Super Bowl.
So let's be honest.
All you
Why
guys
do
out
we
there.
watch the Super Bowl,
Why do we watch the Super Bowl?
Melissa?
I think I watch the Super Bowl to go to a party to eat the food.
I kind of feel like I do too, but also whenever I look at a particular player, I'm like, oh, number 13. Check out that behind.
Yeah, you totally and you pick out, you judge.
You do.
And okay, so it was the Seahawks and the Patriots.
Yes, it was. Who are you rooting for, actually?
I'm not either one of their fans.
I'm not either.
However,
you gotta choose one, though.
I did have a college professor, and her husband was a linebacker for the Seahawks, so I felt like I needed to like him.
Oh, I chose the Seahawks too. And you want to know why?
Why?
Because they're great. No, I'm just kidding. I actually chose them because of my sister.
See, isn't that funny? Girls choose teams based on emotion.
I agree.
They don't choose based on statistics and all of that nonsense. Like, this whole Tom Brady thing, the only thing I really know about him is he's married to Giselle.
And honestly, I don't even think he's that cute.
No, I don't think so either.
No. I'm so sorry, Stepdad Philly. What are your thoughts on that?
I just picked the Seahawks because I think they have really pretty colors.
What is it? It's like green and blue?
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh, I like those colors.
But they were also the defending champions, too.
Oh.
So I kind of didn't want them to win, but then I don't like the Patriots. I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. I don't think that I like the Patriots.
I know. And I think everybody was rooting for Tom Brady because it's like, oh, God, he's the best quarterback, and he's going to have the best year, and he's going to have the best everything. Tom Brady, Tom Brady, Tom Brady.
What about...
Marsha.
Yeah. What about
Really?
what about the running backs that make... Are running backs the ones that make the plays?
They do.
They're
quite
the
a
ones.
few plays.
They're the ones that catch the balls. So what about them?
What about Bob Smith?
Yeah,
Nobody knows him because he doesn't exist, but what about him?
Jack Turner. I thought
Jack Turner. Who's
whoever
that?
Jack Turner is.
What about Jack Turner?
I know.
Nobody asked about Jack Turner.
But let's really talk
I
about
know.
Katy Perry.
Oh my God! Halftime show. Everybody loves halftime show. And everybody loves the commercials. Am I right?
Yes.
That's what
You are
Super
right.
Bowl is about.
Everybody watches the Super Bowl for the commercials and the halftime show.
Yes.
And let me tell you what. Katy Perry is one hot piece of ass.
Yes, she is. And she lip synced her ass out tonight.
She did great. She doesn't have much rhythm, but
Nope.
she looked good doing whatever she
Girl
did.
could do what she did.
She rode a mechanical dinosaur. Was
Oh
that
my
a dinosaur?
God, I really want one. I was thinking about that. No, it was the lion.
We should get mechanical bunnies.
We should.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
But, okay, so Katy Perry. But, okay, what was the surprise of the day, the night?
Missy Elliott or Lenny
Missy
Kravitz?
Misdemeanor.
I know. Okay. If you guys were born in the late 80s, early 90s, you would totally feel what we're feeling right now about
Get it.
Missy Elliott.
And you kind of wanted her to walk out in the trash bag
Yeah, I
outfit.
know. I did.
But she
did.
didn't, and she looked
Get
hot.
your freak on.
Get your freak on. You know,
Get your freak on.
in high school, my friend, her name was Tori, and they called her Notorious, and they called me Misdemeanor. So I have a little bit of sentiment to Missy Misdemeanor.
I love it.
Just a little fun fact.
I
for
was
you
like
out there.
super excited about that though. Like I have to say, even though this is a little, not a really a fun fact that I found out about the Super Bowl, but obviously last year they kind of gave it away. You know, they lip sync, and most of the instruments that they play during the Super Bowl, they're not connected. It's already pre-recorded, things like
What?
that. Yeah, so it sounds good. Think about that.
That's
though.
true, because they're in a stadium.
Yes. So you want it to sound good. So I have to say, Katy Perry, you lip synced your heart out, and I applaud you.
Phil, what did you think of Katy Perry?
Well, here's what I thought. Okay, she came out
Did
with
you
a
have the
bang.
Eye of the Tiger?
I always do.
Did you have
Okay,
California Girls on your mind?
Is that?
You better
Wait,
not.
no, of course I do.
You-
Of course not, honey. Gosh. Anyways,
As a backstory, Phil is my boyfriend.
yes.
Oh, we love Stepdad Philly.
Yeah, we love Stepdad Philly. Well,
and I don't have any stepkids.
No,
I
he's
just-
not really a stepdad.
He's a designated stepdad.
He just his friend James gave him a stepdad title because he was wearing
Stepdad shorts.
stepdad shorts
Some chinos.
and some boat shoes.
Which,
Yeah.
by the way, he wears wonderfully.
He's wearing them right now.
Stepdad.
Phil,
is-
you look great tonight.
You know what? Thank you.
You styled
I appreciate
you.
that. I appreciate
So
that.
tell us
So,
what you think about Katy.
Here's what I thought. She came out with a bang. Okay.
Yes.
First off, that little floor, the floor.
That
okay,
was awesome.
Very
that was cool,
psychedelic.
right?
Super cool.
And then,
Like, I sure hope you're not doing drugs on that.
or I hope you were, because that'd be awesome.
Yes, actually,
So
couldn't be.
Yeah,
they-
that's
she's
funny.
riding this tiger thing in. It's awesome. And then I felt like they ran out of money. I felt like all of a sudden they're like, okay, quick, we gotta
Best light
we'll get
show
some
in the
sharks.
world.
We'll get some sharks and some palm
Dancing
trees and some
sharks.
docking, and then it was like all of a sudden it turned into that. And then they're like, crap, we got to get one more artist out here. Who's really cheap? Who's really cheap? Missy Misdemeanor. I love her. Don't get me wrong. I love her.
I was so
okay?
excited when
But-
it was Missy Elliott and Lenny Kravitz.
And Lenny Kravitz.
Oh, love
Well,
him.
I was upset that Juicy J didn't come out and sing his part in the song. And then all of a sudden it was Lenny Kravitz, and I'm like, get out of here, Lenny.
I
Okay?
thought that Kanye West was gonna pop out,
I-
but then I was like, I realized that God needed to be in heaven, so we had to walk away.
Well, see,
So-
I heard stories that maybe T Swift was going to come out.
What?
Yeah, but she didn't.
No.
Which kind of I'm kind of a T Swift fan.
I am a little bit too.
Did you
She's
hear-
like wiggled her way into my heart.
Yeah, she's got those catchy tunes.
She does.
I sounded like an old lady.
You
Catchy
did not.
tunes.
Oh, that's so catchy.
Oh, so okay. So, anyways, so Super Bowl is meant for men.
Yes,
we
it really
we
is.
get it.
But you know what? Like, I have to say, this was one of my. No, it was not my first time watching the Super Bowl, but I could tell you that I have absolutely no idea what happened except for who won.
Yeah. Yeah.
Patriots.
You know,
What about the commercials?
the
Commercials were good. Okay, there's one commercial that played during the Super Bowl that I loved that I saw a long time ago, and it was like, this is really awkward saying, but it was a tampon commercial, the Always tampon commercial.
The Fight Like a Girl.
Yes, and that just, I was all about it.
Do you know that it came on, and I've seen it before, and I was sitting with a group of men, no offense, honey, but they were like, oh, what is this commercial? And I'm like, you just shut up and watch this.
was awesome.
And then by the end of it, am I right?
I was
Everybody
crying.
was
I
quiet.
was bawling
It's
my
a
eyes out.
great-
Everybody was
commercial.
quiet. If you guys have not seen that commercial, it's an Always commercial, and it's like Fight Like a Girl or
Basically,
When
what they do is they like have people that are over the age of 15, whether it's a man or a woman, and they say, "Oh, run like a girl, hit like a girl, fight like a girl," and it's a lot of people that they
portraying
are
like
yes,
a sissy girl.
absolutely. They're portraying you like, "Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that," and then they have these young women, these very young girls, and they're like, "I'm gonna give my whole heart into this," and it's so awesome.
You
it's
see
so
them
amazing.
like putting their heart, like when they say "run like a girl," like they're sprinting. They're little kids. They
Give
don't
your all. I think that's one of the little girls says, like, give my all.
Like they don't understand the stereotype of being a quote unquote girl when you're that age, which is amazing. And then the premise is, when did being like quote unquote like a girl become a bad thing? And it's not.
Yeah, and
I
I
like being a
remember
girl.
like a little boy. It was like, oh, like I might have offended girls, but I couldn't have offended my sister. And then he like took back what he said, and he was a young boy, and it was kind of bittersweet hearing a young boy say that. Yeah,
He
it really
almost got like a little nosebleed when they read it.
What did you think of that commercial?
I made me want to be a woman. You know,
Don't worry.
I don't want you to be
I felt like turning on the song. Damn, I feel
like a woman.
And just
And then we
sit around.
slowly turned off. It's raining men.
Hallelujah, it's raining men. Or what's the Christina Aguilera? Wanna be a fighter? Nope. I got nothing.
I'm a genie in a bottle?
No, there's a Christina Aguilera song, and it's something about a girl. If you know what I'm talking about, please tweet it.
Please.
But okay, and then the Mindy Lahiri, I liked her commercial. But
Which one was that?
it was like a nationwide or something where she thought people were nobody.
Did you think the Super Bowl was like really fun and like crazy? Because you know how everybody's like, "Oh my god, it was so exciting! The Super Bowl was so exciting." It was this year. Last year, I know it really sucked. Do you think it was this year?
But last
It's a
year
great
they
game.
had Bruno Mars.
They did.
It was a great game.
What, last year?
No,
This
this
year?
year
It was
was
neck
a
and
great.
neck.
It was close. Yeah. It came
Yeah,
down
it
to,
was
like,
a
the last
good.
minute play.
And that play, did you see the play? Okay, no, probably not. So
I'll be really honest. No.
I wish you guys see it. We need to film the reactions.
I think I was like more interested in the people around me because some of them were like so into it,
Yeah.
and they were just like getting pissed off at each other, and they were like, "Ah!"
Well,
But that was my most exciting.
Phil likes his sports, so I like watching sports with Phil. And there was a play that happened, and then they got in a big old fight. Did you see the big old fight?
I did see that. I'm not gonna lie, I did see
So
that.
Phil saw one thing that happened that
Who
led to
started
the
it?
fight.
Wasn't it the Seahawks?
I thought it was
Phil,
Gronkowski.
tell us what you think.
I thought it was Gronkowski. That was right after, like, it was. I was upset they were lost, and the other people were going yay and crazy, and then it kind of makes you a little more upset.
Yeah.
And then that happened, and I was like, no, Gronk started that, and then like my dad was like, no, there they go, the Seahawks being the Seahawks thugs, you know.
Yeah.
And I was
I
like, no,
like thugs.
Gronk started that, and then like literally we like had to rewind it, and
And
then
he
Dad
played
showed
it
me in
in
front of
slow
everybody
motion.
and did it in slow motion. Just to rub it in. that
It was-
the
I think
Seahawks.
that everything should be played in slow motion.
I
think it
agree.
makes it so much more intense, even though it's slower. It's so much more intense.
It's so funny, but it was good. I don't think that like I'll remember it in a month.
Yeah, I don't
But,
either. What
you
is your favorite sport to watch? Let's jump to that.
Okay. I like football. I do because I think
Yeah.
I understand football the most.
I like hockey.
I like hockey because it's so fast.
It is. It's fun. It's intense.
And like you always want to fight.
You do.
You want to fight.
Baseball bores me.
I like baseball.
Nobody
though.
gets in fights in baseball.
No.
You need to watch
Maybe
baseball
fans
with me.
too.
You need to
Yeah.
watch
Yeah.
And there are fights in baseball.
I don't ever see that.
Well.
They clear the benches.
I feel like maybe mascots fight. That's kind of intense.
Oh my God! Could you imagine like a mascot UFC?
That'd be pretty awesome.
We should arrange
Maybe
that.
we should have bunny mascots in the UFC.
Oh my gosh, that would be
Yep,
amazing.
double bunny mascots.
Yeah, I think
How about for episode 100, you two fight. In See.
I don't want to fight. How about
Maybe not by episode 100.
Oh, yes, we will.
How about people can wear our bunny suits and fight each other?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
We can.
We'll be the referees in bunny
Oh,
suits.
yay.
Yeah. All right. So what? Okay, we already talked about the sports.
Can I
that
tell
we-
you my favorite?
Oh yeah, I'm
commercial?
Yes,
sorry.
I'm
no,
so
it's,
sorry.
No, it's okay.
We kind of go on tangents.
We
sorry.
ramble. We're girls.
I just wanted to point out the Dodge one with the old people. Remember the Dodge commercial with the old people and
yes.
they're talking
and they were giving
I liked
advice.
the one, the Toyota commercial, when the dad's like, he's always defending his daughter.
We didn't see
You
that.
see,
no,
like, when
they
she's,
were-
like, crying, and he, like, picks her up everywhere, and then he drops her off to go into the army, and he's the one who's crying, and she's like,
Oh, the,
I was like, oh my god.
I
the-
didn't see that
the
one.
joke
You
of
didn't?
I didn't
Oh,
see
it's
that
so
one.
good.
I gotta see that one.
It was, I believe it's Toyota. Anyways, sorry, step
well,
Phil,
the
go ahead.
joke of the Jeep commercial where they show like this land is your land, this land is my land. They're showing all the American stuff. Then they show like all the world and stuff, and people driving in the Jeep. And then Dad was like, "Those people are looking for a repair shop because it's a Jeep." It's a car.
When I was shopping for a car, I told his dad that I wanted to buy. I was looking at a Jeep, and he said no. He told me no.
They've gotten a lot better.
They have.
I
but-
feel like Jeeps are good cars, but I thought
like
that Jeep,
Jeeps.
Lexus, and then Scions are all under the same affiliation.
I don't know.
Okay.
I like
It's Jeep,
Jeeps,
Chrysler,
like
Dodge.
Jeep,
Oh.
like the open Jeeps.
Chrysler, I can tell you, if anybody owns a Chrysler, I'm so sorry. I had one, and they suck. I'm just gonna be really honest with you. My Chrysler Sebring.
You had a Sebring.
Okay, I'm
That's
just let's
adorable.
jump. We're gonna jump a little bit
Okay.
with topics. Super Bowl to car stealing. Okay.
Car stealing.
So, I had my car stolen, by the way, which was apparently the easiest car to be stolen because when it all happened, okay, the cop told me that he actually showed me how I could physically steal my car.
How
I'm
do
not
you-
going to give you notes, okay?
You don't.
But
want
let's
notes.
just say that they were able
We
to
don't
break into
condone
my
this.
car, and then I was able to drive home with my car, in my car, with a screwdriver. Just going to say that
What?
much.
So.
And here's the worst part. They stole everything in my car, including my floor mats, except for my rollerblades.
Well, at least they left your low rollerblades.
Yeah, they left my rollerblades,
obviously
but they
were
stole
not
my floor
athletic
mats.
People. Who does
Were they
that?
Tasmanian devil?
I wish
floor
they
mats?
were. No.
Oh man.
Did you have a fuzzy steering wheel?
No. I was really sad. They even
would be
stole my
sad.
mirror, my rearview mirror.
What?
I swear to God.
Did you have a CD in the CD player and
I
they
had a
stole
few.
that? They stole those?
I had a Flight of the Conchord CD on my
Gosh, that
seat,
was a
and
great
I was
show.
super excited about it because I'm like, oh my gosh, I have this illegally downloaded. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't illegally downloaded, but I just wanted to throw that in
Napster.
there. But I did have my Flight of the Conchord CD that I just got from Best Buy, and I was so excited about it, and I slept over at my boyfriend's house at the time, and I woke up in the morning, and I thought it was his friends who stole my car and hid it because they used to do those really creepy things to me, and I realized it wasn't them, and it was somebody else, but thankfully I didn't put gas in my car, and I found my car about 6 or 7 blocks away with everything stolen except for my rollerblades.
They were probably just pissed off that you left it with no gas.
I know.
They were like, who is this crazy
It was funny because
bitch?
it wasn't even like halfway in the alley. It was like done.
Alley.
Like
Alley.
I know, go figure, alley.
Go.
But it was kind of funny because like if you walked up to it, it was just so funny because it was like, you think about an alley and you want to pull into an alley. It was like on the road, halfway in an alley. So the whole situation was pretty funny.
It's always someone you know
Was it
who
somebody you
steals
know?
from you.
I don't know. They're like, oh, we couldn't find any fingerprints, but
That's lies.
you know.
I've never had a Chrysler. My first car was a Pontiac Sunfire.
Ooh.
And then I had a Mazda, and now I have a Ford.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'm very happy.
I have a Fit like an old person.
Phil's mom has a Fit.
Yeah, she loves it.
How old's your mom, Phil?
She's in her 50s.
I'm resting my case.
Do
It's
you-
a smart buy.
It's
I love it.
You know, I got in his mom's car when we went to Oregon when they picked me up from the airport, and the back seats, the headrest, they come down
And out. They actually come out.
I got in the back seat and the headrest was like on the seat, so I thought that I was gonna have to sit up straight the entire time. So I was like sitting in the back seat, just like perfectly straight, like I almost had a back brace on, and I like looked at Phil and he could see how uncomfortable I was, and he's like, you know that can go up, right? And I was like, and so he like pulled it up, and I was like, oh, thank God, because that was gonna be bad.
I know. I'm trying to get a new car, but we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Anyway,
Wow.
What did you make for Super Bowl for the party?
Oh my gosh! So I don't cook. I mean, I try. I'm
you
trying.
do. You're doing really well.
I really am trying.
You are trying.
You know, I'm trying. So I made this Texas cheese dip, super, super easy to make. And then I also made a blackberry blueberry cobbler. Yeah, it was a hit.
It was. There was a lot of. This was the year of the dip.
Yeah, there was a lot of dips.
I feel like the dip is coming back.
We brought back
Reds
the
are
dip.
out, pies are out, dips are in.
When I dip,
Am I
you
right?
dip, we dip.
Uh-huh.
If you put your hand up on my hip,
We're
then
gonna
when I
dip.
dip,
You dip.
cheese dip.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Texas cheese dip.
Texas. Tampa cheese
Let
dip.
me just.
Oh.
What?
I made guacamole.
Oh, Phil's.
You know what I made?
Philly's guacamole is very good.
It brings all the girls to the yard.
Hey.
And they're like, it's better than yours.
Yeah.
Damn
they're
right.
Like, it needs more
it's
salt.
better than yours.
I can teach you, but I'll have to charge.
I don't know the rest
Allie,
of it.
what did you make?
I went to Publix and got a sub.
Yep. But we did come home and we brought them dip.
It was great.
And a couple of our friends made a wasabi dip and a cowboy salsa dip.
It was so good.
So good.
How do you celebrate though? What is your favorite way to celebrate Super Bowl? I feel like it's like a holiday because it is a holiday.
My old coworker used to take off every Monday after Super Bowl Sunday because he would drink a lot. But
I guess that's responsible.
I guess that's what you do.
Right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Either way, let us know what your Super Bowl traditions are, not transitions.
Traditions.
Traditions.
It can't be a transition though, because last year from this year is total transition with me.
I have a confession to make.
Let's hear it.
What, Philly?
I crop dusted a lot at that party. After all those dips, I'm telling you.
I'll be honest.
The cowboy salsa was just a bunch of beans.
I know.
Thank God we have
I'll be really honest with you. Like, I might have done that at McDonald's a few times.
Yeah.
And I blamed it on Charles.
Oh, that's okay.
But I feel like it's okay because sometimes I think he actually thinks he does it.
I was, you know, the worst thing is I was standing there and I was dishing up ice cream and I let out a little something something and then our friend Summer walked up and I panicked.
Because you could tell when Phil farts.
I was like, and then you just know she smells it, and it was super awkward for me, and I'm acting really awkward, and then I'm like, here, I'm like, quick, and I'm like kind of moving around, like,
take
weird.
the
I'm
vanilla,
like,
go
I'm
get
like,
the chocolate.
Take this pie over to Melissa real quick, like that, and maybe I dodged it, but.
I have a confession. I kind of farted as you were loading up my car, but
Girls fart?
How does that make you feel though? Like when your significant other farts? Before the first time, how was it the first time that you guys actually farted in front of
I'm
each
like
other?
getting red thinking about it right now. So I don't remember.
I'm getting green thinking about it.
So Phil's farted. Phil farted quite often in front of me. I don't remember the first time. But
when was the genesis
the first
of the gas?
The first of your gas?
I don't even remember.
It was the beginning. It wasn't even like he
I
didn't.
feel like boys have no problem.
He had no shame.
No.
But however, I did, and it was like probably like 10 or 11 months. Maybe even close to a year into us dating. Yeah, and we were at a health food store.
Go figure.
Go figure, because you're gonna fart after health food.
Absolutely, lots of greens. That shit's not gonna stay in.
So I met him for lunch,
No.
and I was like all in my work clothes, and I looked adorable, of course. Duh. No, just kidding. And we were walking towards like the water section or the bathroom. I don't remember. And I was wearing high heels. And we're walking, and all of a sudden, you heard
you like laughed, and a fart came out.
Well,
because
snort. Melissa snorts, everybody. It's so cute.
I remember what happened. I was standing around, and something dragged on the floor, and it sounded like a fart. And she goes, "Did you fart?"
Well,
and I was like, "No." And then you start like
I said
something
it was
happened,
my heel.
and you laughed, and then you laughed, and then you farted, and I said, "Did you just fart?" And then you like.
No, I didn't fart twice.
No, it was another sound.
Everyone, she pooted.
Yeah, and then my face like turned bright red, and I didn't know what to do. I just ran into the bathroom, and he's like, "Did you just?"
I thought you shit her pants.
Did you just? And I was like, "Oh my!" I was so embarrassed, and because here's the thing, I have a tendency. I don't mean to. But I try to like hold in gas a lot.
Which
is
the worst thing you could possibly do.
So when I sneeze, a fart just kind of comes out. So it's like snart. And I have been so.
Oh my gosh, my new favorite word. Hashtag snart.
Tell us your snart stories. So I totally have snorted before, and I've been terrified for life that I was gonna do it in front of Phil.
If you throw a burp in there, you might pass out.
What is that? A blarp?
It might just knock the wind out of you.
Blarf snarp.
It's a blarp.
But every time I sneeze around Phil, I like have to like clench because I'm so afraid.
But
I'm
it's the worst thing you could do.
Just let it go, honey.
You know what they say?
It's okay.
It's so embarrassing. When was the wasn't yours on
beans,
film?
magical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. The more you toot, the better you feel. So eat your beans. Oh shit, that was
And every meal. Is that copywritten? Should we not do that?
I will never forget that song.
Sorry.
Allie, tell us about your first
farted
fart.
in front of Charles. I was like, oh my God, I feel so good about myself. I'm in shape, and we're out by the pool. So I'm in my bathing suit, and I'm feeling good, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to make sure that he thinks I'm attractive. And we sit down on the side of the pool with the dogs, and I fart. And here's the thing. I went into the pool, so it wasn't just like a dry fart. It was a wet fart.
Oh, those are the worst.
That's like farting underwater. So it doesn't just like, it's not like
it's
a
like
bloop,
a
bloop. It's like a
Was it like a frap?
I don't even know what
was it.
It was like
I felt it. Let's
Was it
just
low
say
or
that.
high?
It was pretty high.
Is it?
No, it was a low
like-
tone that went to like a
Like a surprised high.
yes, because like I farted and I was
Like,
like,
I'm
oh
like-
my God, and I looked at him and I'm like, oh my God, and then we were laughing,
he
and then all of a
hear
sudden
it?
it was like, beep beep, you know, like a little like, he heard it and he laughed at me and I was so embarrassed.
Oh.
But you know
Didn't he
what?
get it on-
Once it's out, it's out. So
Yeah.
it was like, you know, you had free range to do whatever you wanted after that.
So
So now I poop all the time.
You broke the walls down.
I did.
So my friend told me a story.
Oh.
I have to tell you this story.
Let's hear
So
it.
she was like dating a new guy, and she was like, oh my God. You know, she was a dancer, so she was like, I want to show him how flexible I am.
Oh,
So I was like,
gosh.
oh. So she's telling me the story, and she's like laying on her back, and she's like, okay, grab my leg and pull it closer to me, because she wanted to show him how flexible she was. And as he's pushing her leg forward, just the loudest fart came out, and she was mortified. Like, she could not.
See, that's like the worst thing in the world. Like, what do you do at that point? Like, you can't go, oh,
Like, do you
sorry,
roll
it wasn't
into
me.
like I would roll into a ball?
You want to hear a story?
Yes.
When I worked
do.
in an office building, okay, so we had all ranges of ages that came into the office. And when I would interview these people at the particular job that I have, I remember having this lady, and she was an older woman, and I remember walking her out, and every step she took, she made a fart noise. Like, it was either like a boop.
My grandma does that. Grandma.
It was
would-
like intense. It was crazy.
So we'll just be in the grocery store and she'll just be walking. Frap,
There
frap,
was
frap.
But
no
I feel like
hesitation.
when you're a grandma, it's okay.
But there's no hesitation. It's kind of like, oh, it's like giving a hug to your grandchild. You know, you
Yeah.
just give them out freely. Well, farts apparently are given out freely too, you know?
I worked at a pretty big corporate headquarters, and they offered yoga after work, like at 5:30. And so, you know, we're with our coworkers, and I was the only guy, of course, and I enjoy yoga. And so we're laying and we're like doing different stretches, and there's probably like 15 of us in there, and this lady cut butt so loud.
Cut
In the
butt.
middle.
Hashtag cut butt.
Is there anything funnier than yoga farts?
No.
There's always one.
because I
yoga
think
fart.
everybody's trying to be so serious.
Yeah, especially hot yoga farts. Phil and I took a hot yoga class, and there was a woman in front, and it was like South Tampa, so they're like hoity-toity. Should I not say that? Sure. Oh well,
No,
whatever.
you can say hoity-toity. We're uncensored.
They were super hoity-toity, and there was this woman who thought her shit didn't stink,
And it did
literally,
stink.
and it did, because she
Her
was in
shit
front of us.
stank.
She was in her fancy workout pants, and all of a sudden we go to like toes touching or hands touching the
You
toes.
just insert some yoga pose
And
here.
or downward dog, I don't even know, and she just let it out. She didn't even look like it happened. She just kept going, and I was like,
That's a true yogi.
See,
That is a true
But
yogi.
I feel like you should own up to it because that shows
Yeah.
real strength. So like when I fart in
Whoop.
front of him, when I fart in front of him, I'm like, that was me.
yeah.
Well, in the
I was
middle of
like,
yoga
take
class,
it
though,
in.
what do? You say namaste, everyone.
Yeah, you can't say namaste. You could be like, haha. Downward.
And next position. See,
I call this cradle the fun.
Credo that fun. See, I burp.
I'm a burper.
I burp.
I do.
And
I think he's unattracted to me because of that now.
I think Phil is too.
Yeah. The other day, think about this. We were discussing
just
this.
easy
like,
to
in
let it go.
Chinese culture, isn't it like kind to burp?
Because
like,
that
after
means
a
you're
meal?
satisfied.
Yes.
I've
So
never heard that.
I burp now
have.
after everything.
After
Conversations.
After,
meals.
you know,
Once I get my
sexy
hair done,
time.
sexy time.
Oh, I don't
burp
want to hear
and I
it,
say,
but
you
they
know
do.
what? I belch.
Yep.
And I say, you know what?
I'm
You
gonna
should
do
take
that.
that as a compliment.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be like, listen, I'm satisfied.
I I know. That wasn't a real burp, but if
It
you
was.
heard one,
It's
it's pretty intense.
That was
But it's really there, and I feel like it's just a compliment.
And if you guys have really good fart stories about your significant others, I even watched, I think it was the Mindy Project or something, where she would pay the person, like there was a storefront downstairs when she started dating a new boy, and she would pay the storefront person like $5 just to use their bathroom, so she would poop in front of her boyfriend. It took me a little while to poop in front of Phil, I think. I don't poop in front of him, don't get it.
Yeah.
But like
when I'm around.
like when he's around. The
It took me a
poopery
while for him too. Like
Poopery is my friend.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. I utilize poopery like
But then
way
you
more
know
than
when
I
you
should.
smell
Me
poopery,
too.
it's like
Yeah, I
you
know.
poopy to him.
I
But see,
know.
here's the thing. When he uses it, I'm just like, oh, I'm not going to say anything. But when I use it, he's like, ha, you used
Agreed.
poopery.
Agreed.
You took a big shit in the bathroom. And I was like,
took a
God,
shit.
why do you got to do that? And here's the worst part. Whenever he says it, I'm pretty positive you guys are there.
Yeah.
So it's never just like a me and him kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, that happened tonight.
Well, it did.
She had a Super Bowl poopy.
Hey, Phil, we're on a podcast. Okay, I
It's
admit
a
it.
super poop.
I ate some Tampa cheese dip, and I let a super poop out.
Oh my God,
But-
super poop at the Super Bowl. In the Super Bowl. Did you get that?
Yeah.
I got it. Sorry, that clap was maybe a little loud. But
Sorry,
I did.
guys.
I did do a super poop in the Super Bowl.
It was great.
But I utilized my poopery. Because
did.
I am a gem.
I am too.
I am a
You're a
gem.
keeper.
We are sweet
Hashtag Miss
girls.
Eye.
Hashtag Meal Uncensored.
I know.
So let us know your poop stories, please.
Yes. Guys, this is why we're uncensored. We want to hear about all this awesomeness.
We hope you guys enjoy how random
so
we are too.
we're going to jump topics to our neighbors upstairs.
Oh, yes. So we have an apartment
Right above us.
Right above us.
Well, here's the thing. So, Char and I live in Sarasota, and then when we're down in St. Petersburg, we come and hang out with Melissa and Phil, and they have an extra room in the apartment. So,
There is a linebacker baby above us.
Linebacker baby, that is not an understatement. Actually, I feel like we should put like multiple exclamation points at the end of that.
Like, if we could draw you a picture of this, what we imagined
Think about King Kong.
this linebacker baby to be.
I look at it to be like the Michelin Man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So every once in a while, every day, we hear this stomping from apartment to apartment. And they have the same layout as us.
7,000
So
pound
we
baby.
know that they go from the bedroom to the mommy's bedroom to the bedroom to the mama's bedroom.
Well,
So
To the kitchen, to the bathroom.
And we were talking to the leasing agent, and we were talking about the noise upstairs, and they're like, oh, well, that's just they have a dog, and then they have a baby. And we were like, no, that
There's
is
no
not,
way.
there's no way that's a baby. That is a linebacker baby upstairs.
or it's a huge dog.
Yes.
So we were convinced that it was maybe the dog at first.
So one day.
But then you could hear the little pitter patters.
Yes.
And then we decided we had enough.
I know. So Melissa and I were like, we're going to be tough. We're going to walk upstairs and we're going to tell him who's boss.
We gave ourselves a pep talk,
We really did.
and we prepared because, well, first of all, it took a while for us to get to
It
this
really
point.
did.
And finally it just got to a point where we were like, we can't even have a whole night without hearing this linebacker baby.
Or morning.
Or morning.
And you don't want to do the broom thing.
No.
You know?
That's old fashioned. You can't do that.
It's
anymore.
indirect. It's kind of like, it's rude. I don't know.
Yeah. We don't want to do that. So Allie and I gave each other a pep talk, and we were like, you know what? We're going to do this. And Charlie encouraged us.
He did.
He did. He said, you girls can do this.
And so we were like, yeah, we can. And guess what we did, guys? We walked up 2 flights of stairs.
One flight.
One flight.
And we knocked on that door.
We did.
And this sweet
Really sweet lady.
she's probably
actually. Like killed us.
early 30s. And she opened the door and she's like, hello. And we didn't even introduce ourselves. We were just like, listen.
We're right
Now,
below you.
Was there, okay, so when she opened the door, did you look behind her? And
It was dark.
Okay, well, was there like a child with glowing eyes breathing heavily?
Like a Chucky
around,
baby?
a
I'm pretty
big
positive
old
the baby had pigtails and was like,
Yeah. There was no baby in our sight.
love life.
But she did show us the dog, and she said,
did.
"Oh, this is my dog." She goes, "However, I do have a little baby
That's learning how to walk.
That's starting to learn how to walk." And we're like, it's
She
just
said little?
yeah, she did.
Like 1 or 2.
Yeah, and she said she was so apologetic.
Yeah, she was super
And
nice.
of course, Allie and I backpedaled immediately. We're
And
like, "Oh,
I
no."
almost went mute.
Yeah, Allie, I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
I looked at Melissa and I'm like, this is you, girl.
Allie kind of bailed on me.
I did. I was there for moral support.
She and I kept looking at her for like a little bit of input, and she just, it was like Allie was
done.
She was so sad that we were even doing this. Like, I didn't even believe that we were doing it. And all of a sudden, we just like look at this girl, and we like I completely backpedaled. And she was like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, it's really not that bad. You know, like.
She's like, I know it's bad. And like, the woman upstairs was just so nice about it. And she's like, I feel so bad about this.
And then she was like, oh, and by the way, I'm so-and-so. She introduced herself, and Allie and I were like, we're such bitches.
I know. As soon as she shut her door, that's the first thing we said to each other.
We were bitches.
But
we weren't. We were nice, and we just asked her kindly to, you know, at certain hours of the night, just to kind
After 8.
Yeah, just
let's keep the baby, you know, linebacker baby.
The baby should be bed by 8.
Yeah,
that linebacker baby.
That baby is not.
Well, you gotta run drills. You know.
Yeah.
Like, gotta get ready for the Super Bowl.
Put the baby in like a cage to do sprints back and forth or something.
Or something that he's in the air.
Yeah,
floating.
one of those little floater. We don't want a jumping thing. No. So anyway, so she apologized, and that was it. Well, no, it wasn't it.
It wasn't it.
So it's been back. The linebacker baby is back.
It stopped for a little. Well, I want to say it like slowed down.
It slowed down because she came down, I think, the next day, and you weren't there, and she apologized again, and she said, I just want you to know that I bought slippers for my daughter. Well, that's great and everything. I wear fuzzy socks every night, and I don't think that helps.
No.
But thank you. So we thanked her. I thanked her. Yeah. And she apologized, and that was it. You know, kind of, whatever. Well, then yesterday.
Linebacker baby was in full force for the Super Bowl.
Full force. And I'm not going to lie, I may or may not have screamed at the top of my lungs, shut up.
Melissa trippy.
I did.
Guys, we all have our
That's almost worse than the broom.
It's almost.
But at the same time,
I didn't think that she would hear me. It was just like...
You don't think she would hear you yelling, shut up?
I probably would have done the same thing.
They could probably hear us right now.
It was just kind of to the point where it was like, I'm so frustrated right now, just shut up. And then it still kept going. Linebacker baby was in full force.
She's in great shape.
She's in great shape.
She runs sprints every day. Around 8 a.m.,
so
9 a.m., 10 a.m.,
I think
12 a.m.,
she may have...
1 a.m.
I think that she may have heard me say shut up or something.
Yeah.
So today I got a knock at the door, and there she is with linebacker baby on her hip, who has
she could pick it up?
Yes.
Yeah, linebacker baby.
And the little linebacker baby was in like this cute little Patriots cheerleader jersey or cheerleader outfit. She had like three different pigtails, and she had a bottle of wine, and she was like, listen, my daughter is learning how to dance, so I know that it's been very loud lately, and I just want to apologize. Please accept this bottle of wine. And I was just like, I am a bitch.
I accept your linebacker baby's wine.
But what happened after I left today, Allie? Did linebacker baby come back?
We did hear linebacker baby dancing her little
in her slippers
paws away.
I feel like next week she's gonna come down and be like, our daughter has started bowling.
And actually, she's starting home repair.
Yeah.
So now she's knocking walls down.
Yeah. So here's the thing: we live in an apartment. We get it. Like, we get it. It's going to be loud. Like, it's not going to be completely quiet. But linebacker baby, really?
Linebacker baby. I'm afraid to see when she's 2. Because
I feel like
it's getting really intense. She may actually be on this podcast.
Yeah. I would like to hear if you guys have ever lived in apartments.
And had linebacker baby.
Have you guys
maybe linebacker twins.
Or dogs or... But see, dogs can do no wrong.
I know. I love dogs.
Like, they're just dogs.
But if you have, let us know. We'd love to hear your stories.
Don't forget to hashtag
Meal Uncensored.
Meal Uncensored. So,
But anywho, well, we're going to jump subjects yet again because that's what we do on Meal Uncensored.
Yep.
So, big news for us. We're kind of super excited. Actually, I'm super excited.
I am the most excited.
Next week, actually,
this week?
Thursday. Holy cow. Thursday, Melissa, myself, Charles, and Phil were all leaving for Playlist Live in Orlando.
Yes, and if you guys are not familiar with Playlist Live, it's basically a YouTube convention where a lot of YouTubers get to meet viewers and subscribers, and we get to meet other YouTubers who produce content, and we are just so excited.
I'm so thrilled. It's my first.
Is it?
Yes. Well, I mean, I went to one in Jersey.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, this is my first time going, like, where, I'll be really honest, like, I feel more comfortable with going.
Yes.
So, I'm very excited.
I'm so excited for you, because I've been to Playlist since the opening of Playlist. And yeah, I'm kind of that girl. But it's only because of my brother, let's be real. But I've been, and it's always been so much fun. And I'm not going to lie, I may or may not have fangirled out when I met a couple YouTubers.
I fangirled out when I went to the one in Jersey.
Who did you fangirl out
Jenna Marbles.
I did
for
too.
Sure.
I almost started crying when I met her. Her and Grace Helbig.
I didn't meet her.
They're both, okay, how sweet is Jenna Marbles?
You know what? Jenna Marbles is like, you know what's so cool about her is that she, I guess like I think a lot of, I shouldn't say I have, but I feel like a lot of people have this perception about people who are in the limelight that they're just going to be a particular type of person, they're going to have this particular type of attitude, they're not going to like you or anything of that sort. And she was so cool and so welcoming with me, and she was just telling me how much she loved Charles and how he was like one of her first friends from YouTube. And it was just really cool knowing that she's real, I guess. I guess that's like the easiest way to say it.
She's like a total normal chick.
Yeah, she was very cool.
Like
very,
she's
very
not
cool.
a girly, like she's just a cool chick.
Yeah, she was super nice. Super, super nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course we get to see Shay.
Yes. Oh,
and Colette.
I love them. I actually just spent a few days with them in Idaho, and it was just phenomenal. Them and their whole family. Idaho. Idaho.
Hey.
No, but it was so much fun, like hanging out with them and the kids, and that was actually my first time seeing snow.
What was your experience with it?
It was cold and wet.
Yeah.
And dirty, but cold, wet, and dirty.
That's
but
okay.
It was fun. We had a phenomenal snowball fight, and Charles lost.
Of course.
That's all I care about.
No, I don't think he's so athletic.
I think he thought that you were going to throw like a girl. And then you were like, I am a woman and a warrior. Just like the commercial.
Woman, hear me roar.
I know. Oh, we kicked his butt.
And it's also Phil's first playlist.
Phil, me and you together.
Oh my God.
Woohoo!
Phil, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are that I'm excited to meet the all the Shay Tards.
Yes.
They're super awesome.
They are.
Yeah, and I'm probably just gonna be like the weird, creepy guy that's like staring at people behind your shoulder.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right there with you, Phil. Like, I feel like this is such a cool opportunity for us who haven't been in this for like a really long time, and we're gonna be able to meet these people who make this all a reality.
Yeah.
I guess is the best way to put it.
Well, and here's my thing. So I know that other people go for certain reasons, and I no shame in their game, but the reason that I go to these YouTube things is to meet all of you, all of the viewers, and I don't want to be a person that sits in my hotel room and waits just for meet and greets or waits for this. Like, I want to be the person that walks around. Like, granted, thankfully, well, you know, I'm not as big as Jenna Marbles, so she probably can't go around and just
she was cool
being,
though. I have to tell you, she was really amazing at Jersey. Like,
yeah, like
she's
just like she takes time to meet people, and that's what I want to do. Like, I want to get out, I want to meet everybody, and I want to see faces to screen names kind of thing. And I want people to see, like, we're normal people.
Yeah.
Outside of the YouTube, like, you guys are listening to us. This is
crazy.
This is us.
Woohoo!
Hi. So anyway, so we will be at Playlist Live.
And we hope to see all of you guys there. We're super, super excited.
And if you aren't able to be there, please check us out. We'll be vlogging on our YouTube channels.
Absolutely.
So, Allie, tell us your YouTube channel.
So I am actually on the CTFXC channel with my boyfriend Charles Trippy, which if you guys are not familiar, please check him out. He's also in the band We the Kings. And if you guys are not familiar with Melissa, she is on the
Mel channel, MEL. So stepdad Phil and we have combined our vlogs, and we are on the Mel channel every day.
Yes.
What's your guys' Twitter?
My Twitter is, well, we have our combined Twitter, which is the Meal Uncensored Twitter. So it's, obviously if you're following us here, you're watching or listening to our podcast, it's the same exact thing right back on our Twitter.
Same as YouTube.
Same as YouTube, very much.
Same as Snapchat, so follow us on all those social medias. Oh, and Instagram too.
Absolutely.
And you're at Allie West.
I am at Allie West.
Allie.
Yes, with a WESS. I had to add that extra S just to give it a little pizzazz. Melissa, what do you want?
I'm Melissa Trippy, MELISSA, TRIPPY.
Yes.
And
So
I'm at Phil O'Reilly 86.
Yes.
PHILOREILLY.
Yes.
And Charles Trippy is at Charles Trippy.
Yeah, he's just him.
He's
just that
not
guy.
here.
He's in bed.
He's here, but
He's in bed.
He's
and I'm going to go wake him up.
Yeah.
You should fart on him.
I might.
We should.
Full circle.
Oh my gosh, pink eyes.
So anyway, we're going to wrap up this podcast,
But
episode
guys,
2.
Yes, episode 2. This is so awesome. By the way, episode 2, episode 1, you guys blew us away. We're just going to throw that in there.
We
you guys
can't even
blew us
thank
away.
you guys enough. Like, seriously, we're not going to talk about it again, but we love you guys.
We love you so much.
Thank you for the clicks. Thank you for the shares.
Absolutely. The downloads, everything. We are so appreciative of your support. We actually are going to try for the next one. We're going to try and do a vlog for it.
And we might even have a couple interviews lined up for our playlist. But that's super top secret, so don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anybody.
And also, things will get more professional as we go. We're gonna get the intro. We're gonna get the outro. We're gonna get the channel art.
Professional.
We
are professional.
We are, but right now we're on one mic because we need a mixer. We're gonna get a mixer. We're gonna get more mics, so everything will sound better.
But that's the thing about us too, guys, is that we're uncensored.
We're raw.
And we want to be, we are raw. And we're trying to be who we are with you guys. We want you to feel it all, see it all, know it all. Even our mistakes.
And we want you guys to be from the beginning. So you are experiencing maybe a little bit of wishy-washiness, but I think it's pretty cool.
I think
Let's be real. If we waited around for all the technical stuff to come around, this would never have happened.
Absolutely.
So,
we just had to throw it up
and
there.
here's the thing. Allie and I have been talking about this podcast for quite a while. And finally, Phil and Char have
pushed us to do it.
They pushed. I don't know if it was it was more like a shove.
It was more like kicked me right in the butt.
Yeah, so they
Love you guys.
we didn't really want to do it one night, and they were like, "You girls need to do it, and we know that you'll love it." Mm-hmm. And we called them dance moms. We did.
I'm Nancy.
And Nancy and Janet. Mm-hmm. And we're thankful that they did, because now look at us. We're on episode 2. Episode 3 is going to be coming soon. So we will wrap up episode 2. Thank you guys for listening.
We love you.
Let's sing the outro.
And
this is the outro.
This is the outro.
The outro.
Please help us.
We need an outro.